sending you some love today. I'm back from 4 weeks in Provence, and I came back to some questions. Hello, everybody. So good to see you. Thanks for sending some waves back. I have started to receive some notes from people saying, I want you to teach me about how to create a life that I love. In fact, this one woman, I'm calling it hashtag Ask Fabienne. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to dive right in. I want to answer questions of you guys. You know, you probably know me as a business coach, helping tens of thousands of women around the world make their own money, and lots of it. And I sent out a survey about a few months ago, and I said, what do you want me to teach you that I'm not currently teaching? And this one woman wrote in, hello everybody, lots of love, thanks for joining me. She wrote in and she said, Fabienne, I want to learn more about creating the juicy life that you model so well, and how to step into that for myself and my clients. She said, I know even without the money, you have created a life, you have created to live a life you love. There are things I could be doing every day in my life to make it more juicy and reflective of who I am and who I am yet becoming in the next stage of my life. Basically, this woman said, I love what you're teaching me for business coaching, but I also want you to tell me about the personal side of Fabienne. How do I create a juicy life? And I could write a whole book about it. I wrote Embrace Your Magnificence. If you haven't read it, you should read Embrace Your Magnificence. Thank you for the love and the hearts, everybody. Thank you. I want to show you how to create a life you love. It is not difficult and it is not expensive. In fact, it doesn't have to really cost you anything. We could start there. There are some things that you may want to choose to afford down the line, but what I've learned is about creating a juicy life that you love is it doesn't cost any money. And the first thing is that you should know yourself. When you know yourself, what is this? I don't even know what's going on. Pause? I don't know if you can see me. I don't do these often. I want to do these more often. And I'll figure out the technology. But basically, it starts with knowing who you are. Knowing yourself, knowing what you like and what you don't like. I think that there's this misconception that creating a juicy life is about modeling what other people are doing. And I could not disagree more. When you know who you are, and I took a lot of notes actually about this, and it took me almost no time because I live this message, and I would love for you to live this as well. Creating a juicy life you love is about getting clear about what makes you happy. I know we know this intellectually, but I'm not sure that many people actually do it. And this is about having clarity on who you are, really, not what your persona is in the world. It's about getting really clear and unapologetic about crafting a life that you love. So I would love for you to think about what makes you happy. You may not know this, but I'm actually a homebody. I travel a lot, and I go to lots of places. I'm usually surrounded by lots of people, and yet in my life, I am the happiest when I am at home. And I know this about myself now. I didn't know this before. And especially in post-COVID times, people are like waiting to travel. And I love to travel, but I really like to create a sense of home. And I want you to think about, what is it that makes you happy? So I like to be at home, cook at home, host at home, even host my clients at home. I have been doing that for 20 years. I like to create a home. I like to work from home, and all that good stuff. And so I want you to think about, what do you love? Do you love to travel? Does that make you happy? Would you be happier on the road? What are the things that make you happy? What are you the happiest doing? Most of the things that you're happy doing don't have to cost a lot of money. It's sometimes just a question of giving yourself permission to do it, and permission to stop doing that which does not make you happy. So, where do you like to go? I think about my friend. I have a friend, one of my best friends. He is so, in fact, it's his birthday tomorrow, and he loves roller coasters. I talked to him today, and he said, for my birthday tomorrow, when the world opens up again, I am taking people with me to do what do you call that? Roller coasters. And I'm thinking, that does not make me happy. And I will not go on roller coasters to make somebody else happy. Think about the things that light you up. Do you like to dance? If so, are you dancing enough? Do you like to read? If so, do you make enough time for reading in the day? Do you like to host people? Do you like to write? Do you like to do yoga? What I've realized about creating a juicy life that you love, it's about setting boundaries and saying no to other things in your life. If I look back to certain times in my life where I didn't feel happy, it was because I put other people's needs before my own. Have you ever done that? I'm giving you like a virtual high five. When you are consistently putting other people's preferences, if you're people pleasing, if you're saying yes to things that you don't really want to do, then your life becomes an obligation. And when your life becomes an obligation, there's no meaning there, there's no fulfillment. There is this emptiness that a lot of people, thanks for all the love, sending you love back, lots of big hearts. You start living for other people, and then at the end of the day, when you're not on your own to-do list, when you are not getting your own needs met, need for rest or need for people. For example, my father he's 89 years old. He has a need to talk to people, and the restaurants here in Paris will open up in the next 10 days. And I want to make sure that he goes out to a very simple lunch every day, every Monday to Friday lunch. So he gets that need to be chatting with people fulfilled. If you have a need for hugs, find a way to get hugs. If you have a need to be with a pet, to be outdoors, to be in the mountains, how can you reconfigure your life to be in the mountains? I'm always talking to my husband Derek, who is an avid skier. How can we set things up so that in the winter you're skiing every single week, if not every single day? And how can we set it up, because he loves to play tennis, so how you can play tennis every single week, every single day? And we're looking at how you want to feel. Do you want to feel fulfilled? Do you want to feel full of joy? Do you want to feel full of anticipation, like, yes, I have something to look forward to? You can make that happen in your life. Too many people are waiting for the end of their life, meaning like when they retire, to then be able to do the things that they want. And I have to say, I experienced a loss a week ago of somebody I care very deeply for. And why are we waiting? Why are we waiting to experience fulfillment for one day when we don't even know if that day will happen? For some people, that day is not coming. And I want you to really think about what makes you happy? And I'm not sure people actually sit down and think about this. I happen to I lived in the United States for 36 years. What makes me happy is Paris. We found a way as a family of 5 to move here for 1 year, and then we decided to stay. Was that convenient? No. Uh, but if I didn't do it, I would have missed out on something. I want you to think about what makes you happy. Just write it down. Does I have a client who set her life up so that the first 2 hours of her day she gets to be like wrestling with her dogs on the floor, and it makes her happy, happy, happy. And she wasn't allowing herself to do that before. One of the things that you can do is actually look at which parts of your life are an obligation, which parts of your life do not make you happy, which parts of your life do you feel you have said yes to something that's not even for you, that you wouldn't have chosen, and which parts of your life do you resent? Do you feel like you're living for somebody else? Now, I understand I'm a mother of 3. You may have children too, and there are times when we can't do everything that we want, but we can begin to stop, to put a pause button on the things that don't make us happy by setting some boundaries, by saying, even though I said I was going to do that, I don't want to do that. I don't want to carpool. I don't want to be in that book club after all. I don't want to make dinner every night. It doesn't make me happy, and find solutions to have things be different. What it really comes down to is an issue of self-worth and of self-love. Do I love myself enough to say no to the things that don't make me happy? And where can I find the strength, the boldness, the bravery to take steps to live out my dreams? Do you like to travel, but maybe you are on a tight budget? Do some research about traveling inexpensively. What are the things that you tolerate in your life? How about we make a list of those, and every day, in every way, you start removing a toleration from your list. This is where we start, actually. You start looking at every area of your life that you're not enjoying and say, do I deserve better than this? Yes, I do. Can I love myself enough to stop doing the things that don't make me happy? It may seem simple, but you can put a pause button on all the things over time, right? Maybe not on all of them, all the things that don't make you happy. And one by one, every day, by removing those things, you can then start living a life that you enjoy so much more. I really do believe it is a question of permission. When we can give ourselves permission to say no, to no longer do this thing for somebody else, and just to say, maybe I can go for that bucket list thing. Maybe my bucket list is every day that I get to read for 2 hours a day. Maybe I get to somebody to help me, clean my house if I do something for them, right? It's like you can reverse engineer the life that you want by making a decision first. This is how we moved to France 5 years ago. Is we first did all the research, and then we made a decision that in 18 months we would spend a year in France. And we call it All Roads Lead to Paris. We started looking at every decision moving forward. Is this going to bring us in the direction of living in Paris for a year, or is this going to pull us away from doing that? And looking through the filter of that in your life, so what did I need to do with my team? What did I need to do with my clients? What did I need to do with my office lease, our house, our children's education, our all that extra stuff in the house? You can begin to look at every decision as a way to make your life better. Most people don't do that. And so this is my invitation to you to get super clear about what makes you happy and do more of that. And conversely, all the things that pull you away from feeling fulfilled and from feeling like there's meaning and joy and bliss in your life, put a pause button. Have conversations. Maybe they're tough conversations to have. Maybe that toxic friend in your life, maybe it's time to spend less time with her. Maybe it's time to make yourself happy more often. Just a little thought for today on this Monday in May. What if you could have it exactly the way you want it? Why not start now? Sending you all my love. Lots of love. Bye.
Did you just click that too? Or was it like that?
That was like that.
Oh shit.
It's okay.
When did it start to gray out in the back like that?